Don't half-ass what you do, what you say, and what you be. Don't half-ass it. And we've heard that term before. Don't half-ass it. Those 4 words, don't half-ass it, are the words that changed actor Matthew McConaughey's life forever. Growing up, his dad was the supreme ruler, big guy, and not a guy that you really play with. And McConaughey had in his spirit, I'm not going to college. I don't want to work traditional labor. I want to go to film school. So he drew up the courage to tell his dad, I'm not going to college. I'm not going to work manual labor. I'm going to go to film school. His dad looked at him and told him those 4 words that changed his life forever. Don't half-ass it. So let's talk about what not half-assing it really means for you and the benefits of not half-assing something. And you'd probably be surprised how much you actually do half-ass things. And so we're going to put a spotlight on this so that way you can be like, yeah, we're going to go full throttle. And I'm telling you, man, if you don't half-ass something, you're going to see a difference in 90 days, and in a year, it's going to become a way of life. You're not even going to be recognizable as long as you don't half-ass it. So let me give you a few benefits of not half-assing it today. Number 1, not half-assing it creates commitment, creativity, and courage. You get a 3-for-1 in not half-assing it. Number 1, the commitment. When you don't half-ass it, when you decide to do something, that decisiveness, you do it. You go full throttle. And you go all the way and you see it all the way through. At the end of whatever the specified time is, you're going to discover for yourself, because you put in the sweat equity, I want to continue on and do this. Or you're going to get to the end of it and say, this isn't what I was thinking. And you cut ties with it and you move on. But you got to keep that commitment by not half-assing it. And because you kept your commitment, this is what's going to cultivate your creativity. Because you've committed and you're not going to half-ass it and you're going to see it all the way through, you got to figure things out on your own. You don't have all the resources, yet you get resourceful. And because you kept your commitment and you're creative, this is what makes you more courageous. Courageous is just small acts. You know what courage is? It's trusting in yourself. That's all courage is. And that you trust in your abilities and your recovery. It's not that you're going to stick the landing every time. It's not that it's going to be a perfect 10 every time. But you're courageous enough to trust that whatever the result is, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to recommit. Boom. That's the first benefit of not half-assing it. The second benefit of not half-assing it, it's conviction, not confusion. McConaughey said that if I would have not been convicted and told my dad that I wanted to go to film school, and I said it boldly, had I minced my words, had I been kind of like stuttering, well, I was kind of thinking, he said my dad would have squashed me. And this brings about a great point about not half-assing it. You're so convicted that the words that you say have no confusion. I tell my salespeople this all the time. Say it in as few words as possible and say it with conviction. Boldly, and don't pull your punch. Don't pad the rejection with confusing speech. And that's what people do. They half-ass their speech by saying, well, I mean, I could be wrong, or, I was kind of thinking. But if you don't think it's a good idea, I totally understand. You pulled your punch. No, here's what I believe. Here's what I think. Here's the path forward. and stare at them. Whatever the decision is, you figure it out from there, right? Commitment, creativity, courage. Boom, boom, boom. It's because you don't half-ass that speech. And dude, I tell my salespeople this, but let me tell you something. Both in your personal and professional life, say it boldly, with conviction, not confusion. And the third benefit of not half-assing something, own it. Don't rent it. Let me tell you where we rent it. By half-assing it is when you ask for permission instead of take responsibility. See, when you have the commitment, the creativity, the courage, and the conviction, you own it. You take a responsibility. What you're saying to the world is, whatever the result is, I'm going to figure it out from there. And I own both ends of it. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to sit there and have a pity party. I'm going to figure things out, whatever the result is. I'll recycle the usable parts of the results, and the rest of it, I'm going to build something new. See, that's owning. Most people rent. They're asking for permission. When you're asking for permission, you're renting somebody's authority. Don't rent it. Own it. Take responsibility, the good and the bad, and roll with it. This is a total game changer for you. Because, see, when you don't half-ass your day, you don't have a half-ass life. All right, let's get out of here. Keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, stay tough. Please share this with someone else who's half-assing it right now. Share this with someone else. They need to full-ass their life. Take it full on. All right, peace.